I waited around 30 days to drop my Note 8 video because with the Note product, it's not just a regular phone. There's a lot of features on the Note that you won't find on many different phones, and I wanted to give you guys a real opinion of it after using it for a while. Well, since then, a lot of other flagship phones have been released. You have the Pixel, you have the iPhone 10, you have the LG V30, and quite frankly, it's a bit overwhelming. But for good reason, one phone still finds a way to stick out in a room full of really good phones. And that's the Galaxy Note 8. Maybe you guys want to know if the Galaxy Note 8 should still be on top of your list as a phone to get. Well, I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja, and hopefully I can answer that question. I'm going to start off with the display at 6.3 inches. It's one of the biggest smartphones. Many of the phones have taken inspiration over the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 screen, and let me tell you, often duplicated, never imitated. The Galaxy S8 screen and the Galaxy Note 8 screen are top of the line, the best displays you can get on any device, and I'm still going to say that. Now, I know the Razer has the 120 Hertz, but as far as color and depth and everything else, I still give the nod to Samsung. Now, of course, nothing is perfect. There is a couple things about the screen that I don't like, but it's still the best screen out there. So for example, this iteration of Gorilla Glass is very, very weak in my opinion as far as scratches and scuffs. So you may have a lot of scratches and scuffs after using it for quite some time. The oleophobic coating seems to come off a little bit. And also, since it's curved, not many screen protectors do work. Now, I did find a screen protector that does work, but you're gonna have to open the bank up for nearly 50 bucks to get it, and that's the Whitestone Dome screen protector. They're not sponsoring anything by any means. I am just a person who uses their products, and I really, really do like it. Installation process is pretty crazy, but once you get it on there, it's stuck, and it's really, really nice. Now, speaking of usage, the Note 8 still feels robust. In the hand, it's still a very substantial phone, which is a good thing. And you also have that IP68 water and dust resistant, and it's just a nice cushion to have. Now, the back and front are both pieces of glass with some metal wedged between the two, and it looks nice. It's definitely cool, but it definitely can get slippery, and also as far as drops, and you may have some scratches and things like that because it is glass. And I did actually get a couple scratches on the back of my Note 8 device already, and I was sort of just using it part-time. Now, to alleviate that, you can do something like get a nice case, or you can even get a dbrand skin. Also a dbrand, which is nice, you can change the look of the device. Instead of getting the black or the gray, you can do something nice, like right here is the red dragon skin. It just looks really, really nice. So hit the links down below to dbrand your device. Let's talk about the daily usage, how I use the phone over the past few months. We all know the fingerprint scanner isn't on the best place on the Note 8, but the face unlock has been doing a pretty good job at getting into my phone pretty much in any lighting condition. Now, there was a couple updates to make it a lot faster and better. So after those updates, it became really, really nice. And I forgot it's even on because a lot of times I can just unlock the phone and it gets me right into my phone. On the software side of things, Samsung Experience offers so much customization. Now, this is a legacy feature on Samsung that they put into all their smartphones, but I think they finally got it right. Now, we believe that Samsung phones tend to bog down over time, but with the Note 8, this is definitely not the case. The Note 8 and the S8 are both Samsung's best performing devices, even after several months of usage. Now, obviously, day-to-day task runs extremely easy on these devices, and also multitasking and big games. If you want to play any of those major games from the Play Store, it handles it with no issues at all. Performance is definitely not an issue. Also, another black eye that Samsung has as far as updating their software fast enough. Well, right now, Android Oreo is in beta, which is a positive sign, meaning it's going to come to the device eventually. It's better than previous Samsung devices where whatever software you have, you're stuck on that, you're not going to go anywhere. Oreo will be coming up, and it's quite possible that Samsung will get Oreo faster than other manufacturers, which is a really good sign, and it's showing that Samsung definitely is listening to its customers. I can't talk about software without mentioning Bixby. Now, Bixby is their voice assistant. Think about like Google Now or Siri, but for Samsung devices, and it's actually a hardware button on the phone, which love it or hate it, it's there. I hate it. I don't want a hardware button there to launch something I don't want to launch. But Bixby is okay. It's gotten better over time. It had a really rocky launch where it wasn't ready, it wasn't working, all those things. And even then, I don't really like Bixby, as I think Google Home now is just so good and I don't have a reason to switch. But using it a little bit, it does the basic things. You can set the calendar, you can get reminders, it has news and things like that, which is definitely cool, but it ends up being redundant. It's a crappier version of something I already have. So it's one of those things where I just kind of push it to the side and really don't try to use it. Now, what I will tell you is that my favorite feature about the Note 8 is the S Pen. The S Pen is one of those things that you don't know you need it until you get into a scenario where it's really nice to have. So I sign a lot of PDF files and I get contracts sent to me for things I do online, and it's really nice to grab the S Pen out and actually sign my signature, mark things up, you know, check some boxes and things like that. It's definitely nice, and I think that's where the Note 8 really shines at for people who are doing lots of contracts, people who are signing a lot of things, or people who want to draw on their actual device. The Note 8 is definitely for that, for the creative people and for the business savvy people as well. And I may lie somewhere in the middle of that, but I do find myself using that feature a ton. But here's the kicker: when I stop using the Note 8 and I pick up a different phone, I don't miss that feature too much. Like, it's nice to have, but I don't need to have it because I can still do things with my finger, or Adobe has apps where you can do your signature and then just paste it right on the document. So it's a cool feature to have, but that should not be the only reason you buy the device. Now, if you watch my full review, which I will link down below, I didn't like the Note 8's camera. It was a good camera, don't get me wrong, but I expect so much more now compared to Google's offering, the Pixel 1 and the Pixel 2 now, and also the iPhone's offering. Low light, the camera is really bad, the image falls apart quickly, and also the image is just very, very soft. Front-facing camera, looks like you have a layer of makeup on. Also with the back camera, the colors are just a bit unnatural, and I'm just not really digging the camera too much. Well, that's definitely the case. Even after some updates, it's still doing the same thing. The camera does produce some really nice images, especially when you're outside, bright light, everything looks pretty good. But when you look at people and you look at things that require a lot of detail and something that has a very specific color palette, then the Note 8 is not best when it comes to that. Now, the video does look really good, especially when you're outside. Video looks fantastic, everything's good. Audio is nice and crisp. That right there, I'm okay with. Just the colors is what I have an issue with. There's also a live focus mode, which takes 2 photos and blurs the background out. We're all very familiar with that. A lot of phones are doing it, but the Pixel blows it out of the water. Live focus mode to me is dead. Put it in the ground, because the Pixel's portrait mode, their front-facing portrait, their back portrait is just so good. It makes Samsung's live focus just look pretty bad. But that's really the thing about the Galaxy Note 8. It's a tale of two situations. Number one, you have this top-level experience on a lot of things you do. Performance, the way it's built, the speed, all that stuff is good. But then you have a couple things which, in my opinion, it's a subpar camera for the price. And this is kind of where I am with the Note 8. To me, it's one of the best phones of 2017. I love it. Performance, the screen, the tech built into it, all the features. It checks all the box, water resistance, wireless charging, SD card support. All that stuff is there, but then you have a couple things where for the price you have a subpar camera, and the glass on the back is just frustrating to hold. It is very slippery, it gets scratches, it can crack and things like that. And also that curved screen, definitely nice to look at, but if you want to protect it, you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to protect that screen. So like I said, it's just sort of these two things, but you have to see if the pros outweighs the cons, and to me, it definitely does. My name is Kevin the Tech Ninja. This is the Galaxy Note 8, and it's definitely a phone that, if you're considering a phone that has the S Pen, a phone that lets you sign PDFs with the pen, or you just like how it feels in your hand and you just really like that very large screen, the slim bezels, that curved display, the sex appeal of a Samsung device, that makes you definitely pick it up. There are some deals going on right now. Anyways guys, I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja. If this video helped you out, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and also leave a comment. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.